Hello, I'm going to show you how to make a frequency polygon using Excel. We're going to go back to the intervals that we used previously. Um, the trick with making a frequency polygon is that you have to have two extra sets of intervals. You need one above this one, your first interval, and you need one after your last interval. So, I made one interval before the first one and another one after the last one. And these have to have frequencies of 0. Your polygon always starts and ends at 0. Okay? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to calculate the midpoints because we're going to use the midpoints and the frequencies to do our polygon. To calculate the midpoint, what you do is you take the upper limit, subtract off the lower limit, and divide it by 2. And then you're going to add that to your lower limit. So let's look at this first interval. It's 6 to 10. So I'm going to take 10 minus 6. I get 4. Now I'm going to take 4 divided by 2, and I get 2. So now I'm going to add 2 to each one of these lower class limits, to the 6, 10, 14, 18, and so on. So the midpoint is basically just the middle of your interval, the center of your interval. So the midpoint for this interval will be 8, because 6 plus 2 is 8. 10 plus 2 is 12. 14 plus 2 is 16. Then you have 20, 24, 28, and 32. So the midpoint is the middle of each one of your intervals. And like I said, this is an extra interval, and this is the extra interval with frequencies of 0. So now what we're going to do is we're going to use the midpoints and the frequencies to make our polygon. So I'm going to share my screen. And as you can see, I have my midpoints in column A and my frequencies in column B. So to make the polygon, I'm going to go to, first I'm going to highlight the frequencies. That's the first thing I need to do. So I'm going to highlight the columns B2 to B8. I'm going to go to Insert, and then I'm going to go to Line, and then I'm going to go to the one that says Line with Markers. That's the one with the dots. And I click on it, and as you can see, I have a frequency polygon, and it starts from 0 and it ends at 0. If it does not start or end at 0, it's going to be considered wrong. And we can go ahead and clean this up. We want the vertical axis down here to have our midpoints. We don't want it to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what you can do is you can right click and you can click on Select Data, and we're going to click on Edit where it says Horizontal Category Axis Label. Click on Edit, and then a box will come up that says Axis Label Range. We want to click or highlight the cells that contain the midpoint. So that's from A2 to A8. And as you can see, it comes up in the box and you hit OK. And if you look in this box, you'll see your midpoints. I'm going to hit OK. And as you can see, your midpoints are now along the vertical axis. So this is what you call a frequency polygon. Hope this helps.